What was your thinking as it applied to packaging?
Yeah, so it kind of has to do with what I was saying earlier about shea butter not being a commodity, but like about being a luxury item. And so my thought was that I don't have $1 million to put into advertising. So assuming that I can get on shelf, how do I get people to pick us up instead of another product? And I thought, what is going to like what have I never seen in store before? And what if you pick it up, even if you don't know what's inside of it, it looks pretty enough that
Mm,
like
mm.
it connotes luxury and makes me want to figure out what is inside of it. Um, and so I thought, and this is just like was just me spitballing, like I don't actually have research to back this up, but um, I was like, you don't really see squares on shelf that much. Um, Most of the time, like bottles are circular, they're cylindrical.
Mm, mm,
Um,
mm.
and so I thought, okay, so something that's square. And then I thought, okay, um, if it's square, then what is it made of? It probably, now I'm just like on Alibaba, like scrolling through
Right.
square containers. Um, and looking at square containers on Alibaba, metal ones came up a ton. And so, and I was like, okay, a square metal tin. One, it was price competitive. Two, it's environmentally friendly. Three, um, I can make them. A lot of them, like the default was gold, and it's like, okay, so now I'm selling a golden box
Mm,
with
mm.
something inside like that.
It
That
looks like
feels
something
compelling.
Indiana Jones would find. Yeah.
Right. So that's how that came up, and the design was literally me just drawing on a piece of paper, and then I took that drawing and made something in PowerPoint and sent that to the designer uh, in China. And the designer was like, "This isn't how we get designs. PowerPoint doesn't mean anything to us." But um, they were willing to work with me, and made it work.
I appreciate you walking us through that process. And I think that a lot of times brilliance is in simplicity. And, you just looking at like what's going to attract people's eye, what don't I see, and what kind of color will pop on the shelf. And it made me think about, I have a buddy of mine who's a comedian, and he's also a liquor distributor. And he said that hard seltzer has been around, that like basically White Claw before White Claw has been around forever, but it was in the cans that look like this, and White Claw was the first ones to put it in the Red Bull cans, and then they put the calorie count, which I think is 100 or something like that, and it's a skinny bottle, and people that are trying to stay fit want to just drink vodka and water because it's less calories, and they can't keep it on the shelf. So something as simple as something that's already around, which is basically White Claw, is just a vodka soda,
Mm-hmm.
mixed with the Red Bull can that's been around forever. They put that together, and it's been a huge hit. And it just seems like, when you get feedback, do a lot of people comment on the packaging?
Yeah, a lot of people do comment on packaging, which is nice because I wanted it to be something that people would see and think was incredibly beautiful. So that's like exactly what I wanted, and it is what people seem to gravitate towards.